All right, welcome to Mad World. Allow me to introduce such a prodigious footballing talent and talk to the town, Richard Chin. Richard, how are you? Apa khabar?
I'm good, thank you. Khabar back.
Awesome. So what brings you to KL?
Well, I'm just here to see Malaysia for the first time and also try and start the documentation process to be eligible to play for the Malaysian national team. So it's been really good to see KL as well and also try and get that sorted out.
Yep, this is such a huge news for Malaysian football. I mean, you have the luxury or you're eligible to represent England, Seychelles, through your mother, but what made you gravitate towards Malaysia?
I think for me, definitely the opportunity and all of the fans, like all of the support on Instagram, social media, and also coming to the country. It's a beautiful country, and I think it makes me the most excited for sure.
Yeah. Did you make this decision before coming to Malaysia for the first time, or after you made the trip here?
I've always been thinking about it, but obviously when I'm younger, the most important thing is to just focus on my football and make sure I put myself in the best position. So that's what I've been focused on more, and then it's just more like we'll see what happens with everything, and just take it one step at a time.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Malaysian football, this whole conversation, but I have to ask you about your career with Charlton Athletic as well. You spent 3 seasons there and, of course, a bit of time with Dartford this season on loan. So how has your career with Charlton progressed?
Yeah, it's been really good. I started at Charlton since I was 5 or 6 in the academy, so I've gone all the way up through the academy, and I made my debut last year in the Papa John's Cup before playing in the league for the first time this year and all of the cups for the first time this year. So it's been really good to play for the first team, and it was also good to get some more men's experience playing in the playoffs in a slightly lower, in the 6th tier of English football. But it was still a good experience playing with men. It was competitive, so it's been a really good year overall.
So I think it's a good experience for you to recharge as well, to go and challenge for a starting 11 spot next season.
Yeah, for sure. That's what my main goal is, coming back into pre-season. So I'm having a bit of time off now, and then I will be back training after I leave Malaysia, getting ready for pre-season.
All right. Richard, what would you say is your best position on the field?
I'm not really sure at the moment because I've played in so many different positions in the last 2 or 3 years, but I started at centre mid and I played more right wing back, full back. When I was on loan, I played a bit further forward, like more as a winger at times, and different shapes and stuff like that. So at the moment, I'm just happy to play wherever the manager puts me. But I've been more out wide for the last couple of seasons. So, yeah.
I mean, that's tough to decide. I mean, how would you describe your style of play? And how does it complement your ability to play, multiple positions?
Well, I think, firstly, I like to think about the game. So the tactical side, I've learned a lot playing full-back and just understanding the game, whereas before I was playing centre midfield, so I was looking at what happens from the middle of the pitch and trying to control the game that way. But I like to get up and down the pitch. I like to run. I like to be aggressive and on the front foot. I've got good 1v1 defending, so at times I play full-back because of one of those attributes and thinking about the game. But I also like to get forward and dribble and just need to work on my own product to get some more goals and assists next year, especially as it gets a lot higher level. Then I need to be even better. So, yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. One position, if you could choose.
Probably this year, like wing-back, but that could change next year.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, is there any footballer that you model your game with, or anyone you look up to?
Well, I support Liverpool, so I was a big fan of Steven Gerrard when I was growing up, for sure. That's why, growing up, I played in midfield the whole time, and I'd still like to play centre midfield just because of him. Yeah,
Malaysia's going to love you because we have a lot of Liverpool and Steven Gerrard fans over here. When you were with Charlton abroad in the UK, did you have any access to watch the Malaysian senior team or the under-23 teams?
Not really, no. I tried to look, but I couldn't really find any streaming. But I spoke to them yesterday at the open house meeting, and they said they'll link me up with some clips and stuff like that and footage. So I should be able to get that now, and I'll be able to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure they've told you that we've already qualified for the Asian Cup.
Yeah. I was aware of that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the Malaysian national team as a whole, or the Malaysian football, to the best of your knowledge?
Well, from what I've seen, I think they're obviously a smaller country, but there's a lot of good things going on. And I spoke to the coaches yesterday, and one of them has coached at Barcelona and different stuff, the assistant, and the first team manager, and I think there's some more international players coming in, as well as the strong Malaysian national players that are from the country as well. So I think it's definitely moving in the right direction, and there's a lot of people trying to help out and bring the nation up. So I think it looks really promising, and I'm really excited to hopefully be a part of it.
Yeah, I have to tell you, we have an exciting league as well. A lot of quality teams. Have they told you about the Malaysian Super League?
Yeah, I'm aware of the Malaysian Super League. Yeah. Before I came, I knew Johor were mainly on top, but I've heard a lot about Pahang as well, as that's where my gran was from, and so I've heard a bit about that as well. I've found out a few more teams about FCKL and a few other ones since I've been here, so it's been good.
Yeah, your grandparents are from Pahang, so does that make Pahang automatic your team that you support here in Malaysia?
By default, for sure. For sure, I can't go against my home state.
So that's it. Pahang piques your interest the most, or is it JDT because of the?
I've heard the facilities and everything at JDT is incredible, but I've only been here for a little bit, but Pahang, and obviously I know JDT are the best at the moment.
Yeah, your name is plastered all over social media. The fans are excited to see you in action. They've tried to find your clips of you playing with Charlton as well. You're up for selection for the under-23 teams. Have there been any discussion about that?
For Malaysia?
Yeah, for Malaysia, yeah.
Well, I think, as I said, the documentation process, that's the first step. So that's why I came over here, to try and get that sorted out. And then after that, I spoke to coaches yesterday, so I think everything's positive, but it's just one step at a time.
Yeah, Richard, have you envisioned or have you imagined donning the Harimau Malaya kit, the black and yellow?
No, you said that, no, not really, just because I've been so focused on Charlton and my career, domestic career, just focusing on that and improving. And I think certainly if the documentation process gets sorted out, then I'll start thinking about that a lot more. But for the moment, I'm not trying to get too excited and take each thing as it comes.
Richard, thank you very much for, not only choosing to have Malaysia in your heart, but of course seeing it as a destination in your footballing career. We hope that the documentation process sorts out quickly for you, and hopefully you'll be able to represent the country very, very soon. Anything you want to say to Malaysia?
Just thank you for having me, and thank you for all of the support. It's been very well received, and I'm very grateful for everyone that's reached out and supported me.
All right, there you have it, Richard Chin, talk of the town. We're excited to have you in Malaysia. Hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of your stay here, and you get to watch your favourite Super League team Pahang in action, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Richard. Pleasure.